A newly discovered spider in far north Queensland is puzzling researchers with a hunting technique that has never been seen before.
A tiny spider figured out how to hunt one of the most aggressive insects on the planet without ever risking a direct fight. It builds a weapon instead, a spring-loaded silk trap so precise that the end ends up triggering its own capture without realizing what happened until it is too late. Researchers have identified what they are calling a Ballista spider, a species that constructs a spring-powered silk trap specifically engineered to catch aggressive green tree ants. So how exactly does a spider that is smaller and weaker than its prey manage to hunt it successfully, over and over, without getting killed in the process? Green tree ants are not an easy target for most predators. They are aggressive, they defend their colonies fiercely, and they can overwhelm a lone attacker through sheer numbers and coordinated defense. A direct confrontation between a small spider and a single green tree ant, let alone a group of them, would typically end badly for the spider. That mismatch is exactly why this particular hunting strategy stands out. Instead of relying on speed, strength, or venom delivered through a risky direct strike, the spider builds a mechanical trap and lets the ant do the dangerous part entirely on its own. That raises the obvious question anyone hears the moment this hunting method gets described. How does a trap actually work well enough to catch something as alert and fast-moving as an ant? The spider constructs a silk structure engineered under tension, essentially a stretched, spring-loaded mechanism anchored and ready to release the moment something disturbs it in exactly the right way. When an ant walks into the trap and triggers the mechanism, the built-up tension releases suddenly, snapping the silk structure into motion and capturing the ant almost instantly before it has any real chance to fight back or escape. The ant effectively springs its own trap, similar in concept to how a mechanical snare works, just built entirely from silk rather than any kind of hardware. The name researchers gave this species, the Ballista spider, references an ancient siege weapon, a large mechanical device that used stored tension to launch projectiles with far more force than a human alone could generate. That comparison fits remarkably well here. Both the ancient weapon and the spider's silk trap work on the same basic principle, storing energy gradually, then releasing it all at once in a sudden, powerful burst that the target cannot realistically anticipate or defend against in time. This hunting strategy fits into a much broader pattern researchers have documented across spider species more generally, one where physical mismatches between predator and prey get solved through engineering and behavior rather than raw physical advantage. Web building itself is really just an earlier, more familiar version of the exact same evolutionary logic, letting a comparatively small, physically vulnerable animal capture prey that would be far too dangerous or too fast to catch through direct pursuit and physical confrontation alone. The Ballista spider simply represents a more specialized, more mechanically sophisticated version of that same underlying evolutionary strategy, precisely tuned toward a single, particularly dangerous type of prey. Researchers studying this species have pointed out that specialized traps like this one develop through evolutionary pressure exerted by a specific, consistently difficult prey species. Green tree ants are common and aggressive enough in this particular spider's environment that evolving a highly specialized method for safely capturing them provides a genuine survival advantage. Even though building and maintaining the kind of precisely engineered trap likely costs the spider considerably more energy and time than a simpler, more generic web ever would, researchers studying this species have pointed out that specialized traps like this one develop through evolutionary pressure exerted by a specific, consistently difficult prey species. Green tree ants are common and aggressive enough in this particular spider's environment that evolving a highly specialized method for safely capturing them provides a genuine survival advantage. Even though building and maintaining the kind of precisely engineered trap likely costs the spider considerably more energy and time than a simpler, more generic web ever would. The discovery adds to a growing body of research revealing just how sophisticated and specialized spider hunting behavior can become when a particular species faces a specific, Persistent evolutionary challenge over a long enough period. Spiders as a broader group already display an enormous range of hunting strategies, from simple sticky webs built to catch whatever happens to fly through, to elaborate, actively engineered mechanisms fine-tuned toward one specific, dangerous prey animal. The Ballista spider sits firmly at the more specialized, more mechanically impressive end of that entire spectrum. For researchers, discoveries like this one continue reinforcing a lesson that keeps resurfacing across the field of animal behavior more broadly. Evolution does not always favor the biggest, strongest, or most aggressive competitor in a given interaction. Sometimes the more successful long-term strategy is precision engineering paired with patience, letting an opponent's own movement and momentum become the exact mechanism of its downfall. With the predator barely needing to lift a leg once the trap itself has been carefully and correctly set in place. Documenting a hunting behavior this specific and this mechanically precise requires an enormous amount of patient field observation before researchers can confidently describe it as a consistent, repeatable strategy rather than a rare fluke witnessed only once or twice. Scientists studying the Ballista spider reportedly needed to observe multiple successful captures across different individual spiders before concluding that the spring-loaded trap represented a genuine, reliable hunting method built into the species' behavior, rather than a one-off coincidence involving a single unusually lucky spider and a single unusually careless ant. The broader implications reach beyond just one spider species too. Understanding exactly how predators evolve specialized mechanical solutions to specific prey challenges helps researchers build a clearer picture of how evolutionary pressure shapes behavior over time, not just physical traits like size, color, or venom potency. A trap this precisely tuned toward one particular prey species did not appear overnight. It represents countless generations of incremental refinement, each small improvement in trap design and placement providing just enough of a survival edge to get passed along and refined further by the next generation facing that exact same aggressive, dangerous prey. Drop a comment on what you think is the most impressive hunting strategy in the animal kingdom. Subscribe for more strange discoveries from the natural world, and share this with anyone who thought they already knew everything spiders were capable of building.